Welcome to the final study guide for the end of the year. And I'm very excited to finish the year. It's full of happy thoughts and emotions, well, it's sad at the same time because I'm going to have to say goodbye to all of you. Anyways, because you're all going off to your own places. Here is a graph in number 1. The equation of this graph, it comes from y is equal to any number, so 3 over x. And that's what makes this is when x is in the denominator, that's the shape. Don't forget your shapes on the final. U's are parabolas that come from x squareds. We have cubics, we have square roots and all that kind of stuff. So make sure you know your shapes. This shape may be something that you might not know. It's where x is in the denominator with a number on top typically. Question number 2. Looking at this, I know that my x-intercepts, so these are x-intercepts here that they tell us. So we have x equals 2 and x equals -4. So when I graph this, I have 2, -4. And then this number in the middle is the axis of symmetry, which is -1. So when I put -1 in, I'm going to get my answer. Now, if you need more detail than this, I have other videos. This is just the answer key. So I have -3 in front, -3 times 3, which is 27. So all the way up here at 27, we have a dot, and this is the shape. Now, again, this is multiple choice, so you should be able to pick this out a little bit quicker than that. Right here, this is going to be left 7 and then down 10, and we have a parabola shape here. So we're going to go left 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and then it's going to be a U shape from here. Now, that's not a perfect shape, but that should be enough to get your multiple choice correctly on your final. Then the perfect way to do it is to find where it intersects the y-axis here. So I'd put a 0 in and then square it. I'd get 39. So at 39, we'd have another dot, and this U would go all the way up to there. What are the x-intercepts for x squared minus 3x minus 10? Remember, x-intercepts are zeros, and we find zeros through factors. And we factors by tic-tac-toe. So this is going to be a tic-tac-toe, or factors. -10 is -5 and 2. When we times across and add up, we get -3x. So we have x minus 5 and x plus 2 as our factors. And so our zeros, or x-intercepts, are going to be 5 and -2. And if that's a graph, it would look something like this. Okay? We're going to solve this one, number 5. There's a couple ways to solve it. I believe the best way would be to use your quadratic formula. So make sure you put this on your note card. -b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2 times a, where a, b, and c are those numbers. So we're going to have 5, because -5 negative make a positive. -5 squared is 25. 4 times a, which is 16, times c, which is 15. All over 2 times 16. And then from here, we're going to break it down, and we're going to solve it. There's probably going to be some imaginary numbers in this process. I'm going to go ahead and just reach for a calculator real quick. Okay, so I have a calculator now. So I'm going to do 4 times 16 times 15. So 4 times 16 times 15 is 960. So we have 5 plus or minus the square root of 25 minus 960 over 32. And then we're going to subtract. So 25 minus 960 is -935. And then, let's see here. So we got -935. And then we're going to see if we can break down 935. Yeah, I don't see any number going into this. So just double checking here. Okay, so we cannot break down 935, so we have 5 plus or minus I root 935 all over 32. Okay, I'm just checking on my calculator, we can't do it. Now if we would like to go on, or let's say that it solves it out more, you can always put this in the calculator to find out the decimal and work from there. Here we're going to solve this one. You can FOIL it all out and use the quadratic formula, or you could just solve this using our basic skills here. So I can subtract 12, divide off the 5, and then I can square root. So I'm going to get x minus 2 is equal to plus or minus root 5. So when I add the 2 over, I'm going to get 2 plus root 5 and 2 minus root 5 from my answer. So I'll have 2. So I would just need to find the vertex of this graph, which is negative b over 2a, gives me the x value. So I have 8 over 2 times 1, which is 4 when I find that out. And I'm going to put 4 in, so I got 4 squared minus 8 times 4 plus 3, 16 minus 32 plus 3. So I can put that in my calculator here. I get negative 13. So this graph will be 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 down here. And then this would be a plus 3. So this would be the graph. Vertex form, again, is just this vertex. So we have the 4 and the negative 13 is what we found for the vertex. So it would be x minus 4 squared minus 13. And that would be the vertex form. This one right here is another quadratic formula question. I don't think I'm going to do much with this, except I'll have 400 is equal to negative 16t squared minus 2t plus 733. And that would be how I set it up from that 400 there. Then we're going to subtract 400 over. So we get 0 is equal to negative 16t squared minus 2t plus 333. And then from here we're going to use the quadratic formula. Okay. And this one I'm going to actually just punch in my calculator because I can use decimals here, so that's not going to matter. So b squared is 4 minus 4 times negative 16 times 333 all over negative 32. So I'm going to put this in the calculator here. So I have the square root of 4 minus 4 parenthesis negative 16 parenthesis 333 parenthesis enter, and I get 146. So I get 2 plus or minus 146 over negative 32. So that means I'm going to have 148 over negative 32 and also negative 144 over negative 32. So 148 divided by 32 is negative 4.625 seconds. Negative 144 divided by negative 32 is going to be positive 4.5. And that's the answer we want. All right, number 9. Number 9 is not too difficult here. We're going to put in an imaginary 1 on that 4. Then we're going to distribute this power into all of them. So we have 4 to the 3rd, x to the 9th, y to the 12th, e to the 30th. 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. X to the 9th, y to the 12th, e to the 30th. We're going to graph this. Just remember we're going to put some points in and just get the values out. So we have an XY table. We're going to use 1, 0, and negative 1. And I'm going to put my calculator and get my answer here. So I'll have negative 1. I'm going to have 0. And then when I put negative 1 in, I'm going to have 1 again. Yeah, so then now I'm ready to graph this. We have 0, 0, we have 1, negative 1, and then negative 1, 1. And we're going to have the graph. is going to look like this. And it's multiple choice, so you can just kind of figure out where that's at. Here we're going to do like a superfoil on number 11. So that means x is going to times to all three. So we're going to get x cubed minus 2x squared plus 3x. And then negative 2 is going to go to all three. So we're going to get negative 2x squared plus 4x minus 6. And then we do our like terms here. So we have some like terms. So that's negative 4x squared. And then these are like terms here and here. So we get 7x minus 6. Again, it's multiple choice. So we're going to factor the polynomial. We're going to do a GCF first. So we take a 5 out and an x out. So everything's going to lose a value of 5 and an x. So 5 divided 5 is 1, 20 divided 5 is 4, 15 divided 5 is 3. And then we're going to tic-tac-toe it and get x plus 3, x plus 1 with a 5x in front. And that would be our multiple choice that we'd select. So again, after that, we're going to tic-tac-toe the parentheses. We're going to do synthetic division here. One thing just to remember when you do synthetic division, that you're going to have a countdown. So we have a 3, we have 2, and then we need a normal x. So we're going to add 0x in. We talk about adding 0x a lot. So when I put these numbers in my synthetic division, it's going to go like that. And then remember, this is opposite. This is a negative 1. So we're going to add down and then multiply, add down and then multiply, add down and then multiply. So we're going to add down and get 1, multiply and get negative 1, add down and get negative 6, multiply and get 6, add down and get 6, multiply and get negative 6, add down and get 0. We lose a power. Again, I'm going very quickly just because we have 30 questions to get through here. We lose a power, so we're going to be left with started with a power of 3, so that's 1x squared minus 6x plus 6. And that would be the length of either side of our shape. We're going to list all possible zeros. Remember where it's our p's and our q's. So all the ways to get 20 is plus or minus 1 times plus or minus 20, 2 times 10. Let's see, not 3, 4 times 5. That's all the ways to get 20, so all plus or minuses. And then our p-value is 1. There's only one way to get 1. So all of our possible zeros is when we take this list of 1, 2, 4, 5, 10, and 20 and divide it by the other list. And remember, every single one of these is plus or minus. Okay? Remember this is, again, this denominator on a power is the root, and then we have negative 2 squared. The third root of 25 is 5, then negative 2 squared is 25, but as a fraction because of the negative. So we have the square root of 5 plus, and I'm going to put an invisible 1 here to help us out here, so invisible 1. And then 180, let's see here, I think that's divisible by 9, so 180 divided by 9 is 20, about 36, 180 divided by 36, that's 5. So 180 is the square root of 36 times the square root of 5. Square root of 36 is plain old 6. And then we can add these numbers in front and get 7 root 5 for the answer. Remember, we're going to plug one into the other, so g of x is going to go into f. So g of x is going to go here. So we have x squared minus 10 is f. Then I'm going to erase x and put 5x squared there. A little tricky because we have like a squared of a squared. So this is going to be 5 squared is 25 times x to the 4th, because 2 times 2 is 4, minus 10. So just remember that when we have x squareds here, we're going to have a U shape. And then the inverse will be a U shape but sideways. If you remember doing that in class. So we just look for that multiple choice there. We're going to graph x minus 2. So this is going to be left 2.